Well, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Small Knives Are Us. No. Small Knives Are Therapeutic? No. Oh, yeah, that's right, a therapeutic edge. Now, I know that you guys are used to seeing stuff like this, or, you know, this. Big stuff, right? Yeah, me too. But, you know, sometimes the stuff that comes in and the stuff that we have access to isn't that. And so I've been enjoying sort of exploring small knives. I think I talked about this a little bit. I'm trying to appreciate them for what they are. Not necessarily because they do or do not fit my giant meat hooks, but because there's still a lot of design elegance, thought, and a lot of really cool smaller stuff out there. This is an example of that. This is the Sencut Scepter, and this is a fantastic little knife. Now, Sencut, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure many of you do, but I'm going to go through it anyway. Sencut is the new budget line from WE. So that used to go WE and then Civivi. They have moved the Civivi production up a little bit, different steels, different materials. They're charging a little more. And on the other end of that, they have released the Sencut line as sort of the new Civivi. What does that mean? Well, it means this is the new $35 WE made knife. And boy, I'll tell you, it really shows. This one, for instance, is gray micarta. Now, it is a liner lock, as you can see, and it's a nice liner lock. We're at about 40%. It is a reasonably small knife. It has a wonderful sort of traditional, like, deep carry clip that you get on a lot of the, on the Civivi knives. It has Civivi hardware, right? It really does. This knife is multiple deployments. It's got thumb studs and it's got a flipper. And I love that blade shape, right? So here it is, a tiny little knife, but boy, I'll tell you what, you can thumb flip it. And it does drop shut with a little bit of a wiggle, or you can flip it. This knife showed up from Amazon, completely flawless. Blade is perfect, wonderful edge. All of the hardware is clean. There's no scratches. There's no nothing. You know, 36 or 38 bucks or whatever things are. This is a really nice knife for not a lot of money. And because they gave it this excellent handle shape, it means that it fits even in my big old hand. I can get all 4 fingers on this little tiny knife. And that is an excellent design idea. It's almost a spear point. It has a beautiful swedge across the top, nice lean, nice lean blade steel with a nice belly. This thing is really nice. Oh. So let's talk about what you get. Well, first let's take a look and see what they're selling for right now on Amazon, shall we? Right now, you can get this exact knife for 42 bucks. The G10 versions are 41, so it's a little more than I thought it was, or maybe it's come up a little bit in price. But still, $40 is about what you'd expect from a Civivi a year ago or so, so here we are. It is 9CR18 MOV, which is their budget steel. My experience with that steel has been superb. It holds an edge better than it should. No rolling or chipping in my experience. It's easy to sharpen. It is better than 8CR13 MOV by quite a bit, particularly when you're using this thing in the field. Now, I don't know if you'd want to put a polished edge on this, but if you keep a working edge on it, it'll stay sharp for quite a while. The micarta, again, is really nice. It really is good. So let's knock some specs out while we're sitting here staring at it. You get 1, 2, and 3/4 inches of cutting on just at 3 inches of 9CR18 MOV. The grip area from just behind that tab is 3 1/4. At the end of the knife is almost 3 1/2. My pinky does roll off the end a little bit, but because of the shape of the handle, it doesn't matter. It's really locked in there, which is super nice. The knife overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3/4 inches long. This is a little guy. By way of example, here it is against our old friend, the Bug Out. And as you can see, the Bug Out is a bigger knife. But of course, the Bug Out is also $100 more. Now, you do get a better blade steel, and it is lighter, but, you know, this is very good. Let's put it up against something a little bigger. Here it is. Sorry. That makes me laugh. Here it is against the full-size Presidio 2. And yeah, I mean, this is a really nice full-size knife. If you guys have not had a chance to check one of these out and you're looking for a full-size everyday carry work knife, don't be afraid to give one of these a shot. Earlier this week, I released a review of the CRKT Pilar 3, which is not a bad comparison. These knives are competitively sized. This is cheaper than this by a little bit, I think. Yeah, a little bit. So this is right in the same ballpark. Although, well, hang on a sec. Let's see. Which one is more comfortable? You know, to be honest, I think that the Sencut is a little more comfortable for me. See, if a knife is going to be too small, the handle needs to be just right for me to get a really solid grip on it. And I think that this shaping of this handle makes me want a little more handle on the end. Whereas with the Sencut here, I just feel locked in. Now, some of you might notice a hot spot with that pocket clip, which we're going to get to right now. I mentioned that it is a really nice Civivi style pocket clip. Plenty of room, good spring, lots of ramp, completely flush mounted screws, which is a new thing on budget knives that I really like. I do want to point out that the clip is actually deeper than the knife. This thing is deep carry. So for a little tiny knife, this thing just vanishes in the pocket. Let me see if I've got something I can use to show that off. And I do. As you can see, there is no knife. Now, some people like that and some people don't, but let's call this a dress-up knife, right? A gentleman's carry, right? You're going to dress up in something nice, it's reasonably light. You don't want a lot of knife showing out of your pocket. This is a superb option for that. And again, the action is very good. Now, let's take a look at what you get for blade stock. I don't think it's very thick. I really don't. It is 119 thousandths, which is, yeah, just at 3 millimeters. It's nice thin blade steel. And that's great because even though it's got this little bit of flat here, it is kind of a nice high flat grind, and it does come down to a very thin edge, considerably thinner, for instance, than the Pilar 3 that we just had on the table. So this is very slicey, even though it's very small. It does get a little thicker as you come up towards the tip, which makes what should be a very, very thin tip a little more robust and a little bit less likely to bend or break, which is a very nice touch. The handle itself is 11.4 millimeters, which is, yeah, just a little under half an inch, right? Oddly enough, this way, it is just a little over half an inch. It's a very small knife. The closed profile on this thing is really nice. You're looking at just 1 1/10 inches, right? It is a very, very small knife in the pocket. We do it this way, we get a better view. You get a little bit of a flipper tab, but not much. Not even 1 1/4 inches at its absolute fattest point. This thing really disappears in the pocket, and even in the hand. Ta-da! Sorry. I amuse myself. Let's weigh this little guy out and see where we land. All right. Yeah, 2.5 ounces. So while it is lighter than the bug out by, well, as you can see, right, the bug out is 1.8. So a little over half an ounce. It's a little bit half an ounce heavier. It is, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on just now. Sorry about that. So this is the mini Presidio 2, which is 3.2 ounces, 2.5. So this is a very light little knife. I really like that. Well, let's be clear. I like it because people enjoy it. I prefer to carry something a little bit heavier, but that's okay. That's my taste. It doesn't have to be yours. So, final analysis. If you are looking for a lightweight, well-made, reasonably budget knife, the Sencut Scepter here, small budget knife, the Sencut Scepter here is really, really a good choice. And it comes in a couple of different colors of micarta. It comes in blue and black and oh my goodness, what else does it come in? Yeah, blue, black, green, and gray, and brown micarta. I mean, you can make this match your outfit any day of the week, any way you want. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. I'm really impressed. I'm a little disappointed that they haven't released a whole bunch of new Sencut stuff yet onto Amazon. Both we and Civivi have released a stack of really great-looking knives so far this year, but I'm hoping that they don't give up on this because I am 100% behind it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this knife or any of my knives, feel free to ask down in the comments below. We'll see you next time.